hear me and if you can see me. Hi there. Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome on board. Quick sound check and video check. Let me know in the chat if you can see me well, if you can hear me well, and if you're ready to learn English also. I want to hear how ready you are. Hello, everyone. So happy to see you all here. And thank you for your willingness to learn with me and from me. Hi everyone. Okay, so can you hear me? Can you see me? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let's see. Lit, amazing. Ready, amazing. Great. Okay. Everything's okay. You guys are ready. I'm ready too. Well, yes. So hi everyone. This is Anna, and today we are going to learn American English for personal life and for work, right? And let's if everyone is ready, I'm ready too, because I have a lot of information and I really want us to have enough time to cover everything. So let me cover the agenda for today. So today we're going to speak about generally why learning American English. Also, today is going to be very practical because I have prepared a lot of information from a personal work life and personal life in general to share with you how my friends locally here in the United States communicate. So we are going to have several structures of the several parts of the webinar today. First, we will start off with the why, like why we're here and how we can learn it, how we can learn English. Then I will give you examples of real American English in everyday life. Then we will talk about business English in real life, right? And we will finish with a little test. So I decided to have our webinar a little bit differently than like you would typically have a webinar. At the end of the webinar, I will give you a quick test. 5 questions to check yourself what you have learned within this hour, because the webinar is going to be for 1 hour. So please stay till the end because I really want to see your progress and you will be able to see your progress. So, we'll have a quick recap test. And of course, I will give you, throughout my webinar, I will give you recommendations on how you can improve your English with me, without me, by yourself, you name it. So that's going to be our agenda for today. And for those of you who are new and who don't know much about me, I want to tell you a few things about me. By the way, guys, can you please tell me if you have already taken any of my courses or this is your first time watching this webinar? Have you watched my webinars before? Have you taken my courses before? Or this is your first time? Please let me know in the chat. I want to say hi to people who are watching this for the first time. And I want to say hi to people who are returning customers. A returning customer is an idiom, right? It means you are coming back to use the service again. So you call this a returning customer. So let me know in the chat, guys, if this is your first time with me or you've been to my events before. Okay, first time. Okay, been before. I taken your courses. Amazing, great. Well, I love this. I love it because, if you have already taken my courses or watched the webinars, you can probably share in the chat what you liked about it, how it was helpful. And just the fact that you are back also shows good, gives good feedback. All right. So for those of you who don't know much about me, my name is Anna Gandrapura. I have taught English for over 15 years. I started really early when I was still a college student, a university student back in Odessa. I'm originally from Odessa, Ukraine. And this is where I learned English and I learned it to speak like this. So I didn't grow up in the United States. Now I live in the United States, in Miami, but I didn't go to school here. I didn't, spend my childhood here. I learned to speak English like I speak right now while I was living in Ukraine, actually. Right. And I started my career as an entrepreneur really early. I started my business when I was 21. It was an offline language school in Odessa. And later on, I pivoted. Pivoted means it's a business English word. It means I changed the direction of my business. I pivoted and I founded English for IT. English for IT is a very unique language schools that works with tech professionals, helping them improve their communication skills so that they can get a better job in tech. I'm also a social media influencer, guys. So if you are on Instagram, make sure you follow me on Instagram and learn English on Instagram with me. So I have several pages, so you should follow all of them. My personal page, my English page, and the English for IT page. I'm also a public speaker. I speak at conferences. I usually talk about education, technology, motivation, and personal brand. And of course, womanpreneurship. Since I'm a woman and I'm an entrepreneur, I love sharing my journey as a womanpreneur with other women to motivate them to grow in their careers and to start their businesses. I don't know, you name it. And so technically that's what I do. And of course my passion is education, as you can tell. This is my mission. That is why we are here. I'm here on a mission to help you upgrade your English, and not just English, to upgrade your American English. So let's talk about why and how to learn this American English, right? Because I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have been learning British English, like me, for example, when I was a schoolgirl, right? Because that's like, since I'm from Europe, in Europe, this is more natural to learn British English. But then something happened, and I ended up being an American English teacher. And the reason for that is because American English is just more popular these days in terms of business, and just like generally, if you want to watch a movie, it is most likely going to be an American movie, and most likely people will be speaking American English in these movies. If you want to watch a TV series, right? By the way, don't say TV serial. No, you don't say serial in English. You say cereal. This is what you eat in the morning, cereal. But TV series, right? It's episodes of like a movie, like a long movie with like 10 or 12 episodes. Like for example, Emily in Paris, it's TV series, or Silicon Valley, it's TV series, or Sex and the City, it's TV series, right? Not serial. So if you want to watch TV series, it's going to be probably American. I remember that when I was mastering my British versus American English, it was difficult for me to find British TV series that I really wanted to watch, so that's why American English is just like everywhere. That's why generally American English dominates popular culture. I'm talking about songs, right? Social media, of course, the internet, and business. And since I'm the founder of English for IT, I know everything about the tech industry. Yeah, the tech industry is mostly comes from the United States, right? The biggest companies are based here. Of course, these bigger companies, they have offices around the globe. And I'm not saying that we don't you're never gonna speak British English. Of course you will, but I'm just saying that it is definitely more popular and dominating the world these days. That's the answer why American English, right? Also, I really like the sound of American English. Don't you like it? Don't you like how I sound when I speak American English? All right. Okay, guys, so remember, every time, if you're a new person here, and if you're a returning customer, just a friendly reminder, I want you to be proactive watching the webinar, and I want you to do things that I ask you to do during the webinar, because every time you perform an activity in English, this is when you actually improve and grow. If you are just in listen only mode, just listening, trust me, it's great, but it could be better, right? So now I want to set you up for success. By the way, you can already see on my presentation that I'm going to teach you new words subconsciously, subconsciously, without you even noticing this. But I have highlighted important new words on the slides. I mean, some of them might not be new for you, but they might be new for the others. For some of you they might be new, for the others they might not. But anyway, set you up means to prepare you, right? So again, I'm going to use American English, so I want you to feel that this is you technically in the United States right now, listening to a real native speaker, which probably I am very close to a native speaker. I'm not going to call myself a native speaker because I wasn't born here, but very close to the way with the way I speak English. So I'm going to set you up for success, meaning I'm going to prepare you for success. By the way, feel free to write down new words, and at the end of the webinar, you can share with me how many new words you have learned in just 1 hour with me. Because like usually people learn between 20 to 40 new words in just one webinar. Okay, so I want you now to visualize 5 goals or questions or problems related to English, related to learning English that you have right now. And I don't try to flesh them out. To flesh them out means to make them detail. I just want you to write down questions or goals that you have related to learning English and drop them in the chat. Like on my screen, for example, if you have a question like, how do I learn more words? Or how can I get a promotion with the help of English? Or I need to become upper intermediate? Or I don't know, how can I improve my business communication? Or how can I prepare for a job interview? Please drop your questions or your goals, your English goals in the chat. And I will tell you why it's important to do it. There's like a motivational activity that I'm giving you. So if you really want to motivate yourself to improve your English, I want you to follow me and I want you to do what I'm telling you to do. Interact, Orlando. Yeah, interact with my customer in the correct manner. Great. Please, guys, write up to 5 goals or questions or problems that you have now related to English. Write them down in the chat. Speak in the way that everyone gets astonished. I love this goal. I love it. How can I learn more vocabulary easily? Great question. Great question. What else? Please remember, if you write your comment right now, it means that you started the process of thinking in English. Because the most frequent question that I get from English learners is like, Anna, how can I start thinking in English? Well, in order to start thinking in English, you should do something in English. And right now I'm offering you to do something in English. So please do it and you will start thinking in English. I want to get advanced, but to get to an advanced level, but I'm stuck too long on the previous level. How can I speak English perfectly? Okay, nothing is perfect in this life. So I suggest that you change your question to how can I speak English fluently? All right, awesome. Please continue writing your goals and questions, but remember that when you set a goal, and now like you're setting a goal, for example, I want to communicate with client. My goal is to speak English that everyone is astonished, right? So if you have this goal, now you need to support this goal with 3 whys. And this is only like this practice, guys. This is not only for English. You also use it for your personal life goal setting. So whenever you create a goal, you need to create 3 strong whys in order to tell your brain that this goal is really important, because this is what happens. So for example, let's say your goal is, I want to reach the advanced level of English. And then you tell your brain why you need this. Because if you just say, I want to reach the advanced level of English. Okay, I want a cup of coffee. I want, I don't know, a new dress. There are so many wants. There are so many goals that we have, and they are not all important. But if you give your goal 3 whys, like why is this goal important to you? This is when your brain will remember it and start acting on it. For example, why do you want to be advanced? I will be able to communicate with anyone. I will feel confident when speaking. I will be able to work internationally and get more money, right? So think about this. Now, the English goals that you have, guys, what are the three whys for your goals, right? So think about it and write them down. You might not have enough time now, for example, but I really want you to continue to do this activity after the webinar. Write down your major English goals and make sure you write three whys for each goal to tell your brain how important this goal is. And after this, your brain will start giving you ideas how you can do it and suggesting you actions or what you can actually do. All right. Right now, how when we talk about learning American English, right? How to learn American English? Like I said, American English is everywhere. So even if you watch an American movie, that's the way to learn American English. Of course, social media platforms, modern day internet communication is like everywhere, right? Practice speaking with natives, of course. And even if you don't live in the English speaking country, it actually doesn't matter, because like right now you're not physically in the same room with me, but you can still learn and hear real American English. So that is why practice with native speakers, not only teachers though, because learning English with a teacher is one thing, but having a friend who you can just talk to in English, it's a different thing. And of course, another way to learn American English is when you take modern practical courses, like the courses that I create, right? They're all modern because I technically create these courses based on my experience, like today, this webinar today, and they are very practical. You know, you can interact with me right away and you can learn. Like, for example, right now, 10 minutes into the webinar and you are already practicing. Look how many comments I have in the chat here. And this is all, guys, in English. This is real practice. So this type of courses you actually need, not just watch a video and that's it, but like you need to interact. And this is what I offer you when you learn with me and from me. Okay, now I want to I want to show you real life convos. What is a convo, by the way? Do you have an idea what this word means? Because that's slang, actually. Don't use this word at work with your colleagues or with your boss, but it's a definitely cool word to use with your friends. Real life convo means a real life conversations, right? So as you can see, real English in everyday life is a lot about conversational style and slang. So let's dive into it. So what is modern English? What is modern American English about? Well, of course, idioms. Of course, abbreviations. Like what convo is an abbreviation, by the way. Acronyms like FYI, yeah, for your information, it's an acronym, yeah. By the way, convo is an abbreviation, and FYI, when we have like a first letter of the word of the phrase, that's called acronym, yeah, not abbreviation, but acronym. Because, for example, in Ukrainian, it's called abbreviation, but in English, it's called acronym. Acronym. I'm dropping in the chat here. Yeah. So modern American English, it's about idioms, acronyms, phrasal verbs, of course. It's about casual and laid back style. Did you know this word? Laid back means relaxed, yeah? It's friendly tone, of course, and informal grammar. And I will show you how it works in real life now. So today, guys, I have prepared screenshots from like my personal text messages and from my friends. So like Monica is my friend here in Miami, and this is what she tweeted on her Twitter. I need a friend that is really good at finding the back of my earring when it falls. Well, she's making a joke that it's really hard to find the back of your earrings when it falls. So like if you really can do it, you're a real friend. Of course, it's like it's in a joking way. But anyway, let's take a look at interesting and useful grammar here. So to be good at something means to know how to do something very well, right? It's a very popular, actually, expression that is used by native speakers, and I want you to note it down. To be good at doing something, to be good at something or doing something, right? For example, you can say, I'm good at English, or I'm good at teaching English. So you need to use gerund. Let me teach you grammar today as well. Do you like grammar, guys, by the way? Yes or no? Do you like learning grammar or vocabulary more? Tell me, by the way. Or you like both? Right. And then Monica uses a very popular American expression. If that's you, slide in my DMs, please. Slide in my DM means reach out to me, send me a text message. Did you know this phrase? If you didn't know this phrase, please write it down. I hope you have your notebook with you and you're ready to write it down. All right, so slide in my DMs means send me a direct message. To be honest, I heard this phrase used not only for your like conversation with friends, but it is also used in modern business communication, like with for example, with the colleague. Of course, not with the client, but with the colleague, you can use this phrase. It means text me. Yeah, slide in my DMs, text me. Again, guys, I really love to use Twitter to learn. I love to use Twitter to teach you new things. And I think if you use Twitter to learn interesting things like this, it will be very helpful. And I will show you more examples how you can use Twitter to learn English from native speakers, not from teachers, but from real native speakers. All right, let's move on. Look at this. This is like literally from my inbox. From my inbox. ETA. What is ETA? So native speakers, Americans, when they want to ask you what time will you get somewhere, so like for example, again, this is my text messages with my friend Monica, and we were supposed to meet for dinner, and I was a little bit late, to be honest. I was supposed to come at 6, and as you can see, it was already 6:06, and Monica sends me a message, ETA. Instead of asking, what time are you going to get here, which is going to be like a really long sentence, and like nobody has time for these long sentences anymore, she says ETA. ETA means estimated time of arrival, and you will use this acronym. Guys, this is an acronym. If you want to ask when someone is arriving, when someone is coming, what time someone is arriving. So it's ETA. Again, feel free to use it for business as well, and for conversational English. Right. Now, please let me know in the chat if this is something that you already knew, or, you didn't know this and you're writing it down on the piece of paper or somewhere else. Okay. Now, this is a message from my friend, but he used some impolite language here. But I decided to show you this because actually from this message, there was something that I learned myself. For example, I didn't know what the first acronym meant. OTOH. OTOH means on the other hand. For example, personally, I haven't used this acronym before I received this message. So you see, I'm also learning, and this is totally fine, guys. Even if you think that your English is enough, it's not enough because there's always room to learn. That is why, it's so cool when you can learn every day. That is why, when I create my courses, I create materials. I create lessons for every day. For example, English for IT course, every day you have a new lesson, and like other course, general English course, every day you have a new lesson. So like every day you have an opportunity to learn something new, even if it's like one word, like for me, for example. So on the other hand, the trademark office has been granting. To grant something means to give something. It's going to be a more formal way to say give. To grant something, like for example, to grant a permission, to give a permission. To grant is going to be more formal, more business oriented, more official, yeah, than for example give. But then he says all kinds of dumb shit. Yeah, all kinds of dumb shit. Again, you might have heard this in movies, right? All kinds of useless, stupid things. Yeah, so that's, this is the combination. We were talking about something that is business oriented, so there are some business words, but there are also some slang expressions. Right, okay. I have a good question here. Let me put it on the screen here. What about the pronunciation of OTOH? Well, first of all, Inessa, thank you very much for the question. You would not typically say it out loud. This acronym would be used in written for texting. That's why you're not gonna say it. You're just gonna write it. But for your information, if you need to say an acronym, a word like this, that consists of the first letter of each word of the phrase, you read each letter separately, like in the alphabet. OTOH. OTOH. You never read it as like one word, auto or something like this. Auto. Or like, I don't know. You never say that. Auto, no. But separate letters of the alphabet. That's how you say it. All right. And I decided to share more acronyms with you guys. So feel free to screenshot this. By the way, feel free to screenshot this, share it on your social media with your friends, so your friends can learn too. Don't forget to tag me so that I can repost you. By the way, are we connected on Instagram yet or no? Feel free to tag me when you post something share something with your friends on your social media. You can find my Instagram now in the chat. It's English or English with English. Right. Okay. All right. Awesome. So these are the acronyms that are popular in modern communication and in modern American communication. You might, I don't know, you might know some of them, but some of them might be new for you. So please feel free to take a screenshot and learn it later and share it with your friends. Now moving on, and here's another cool American slang word that you might not know. Digging the shoes. So I posted a story of my outfit check on Instagram, and this is what I got from a native speaker. Digging the shoes. Did you know that dig means I really like it in American English slang, right? So I'm digging something means I like something. Digging the shoes. I like the shoes, right? So you can say, Anna, digging your webinar. Are you digging my webinar or not? Yes or no? Okay. Next one. Let's see what else. Like that outfit was a bomb, right? That outfit was fire. that's another slang in English. Yeah, something is a bomb, something is really cool, something is fire, something is really cool. So nice dress, it fits you. Now here's like two things I want to teach you about how to compliment on outfits. Yeah, so you can say it fits you, meaning that it looks really good on you, like on your body, like it fits your figure. But you can also say it suits you, meaning that, for example, the color is really good, right? Or like the color matches your eyes, for example. So that's when like it suits you, or the style suits you, right? So two words, two verbs, fit and suit. When you talk about clothes, right? To fit means it looks good on your body, on your figure, like size wise. Yeah, size wise. And it suits you. It means that you are, it looks good on you. The style is looks good on you, right? So that's how it looks. And yeah, so moving on. Next one. So now you know, whenever you see someone dressed really nicely and you think that this style looks really good on them, what do you say? If you're talking about the style, what do you say? Let's check if you're listening to me carefully. If this is about the style, then we say it suits you. And if you see that someone is, like is wearing a dress and the dress is a perfect size for them, then you say it fits you. Okay, moving on. Now, this is real American English that you might not believe it exists or expect it. But look at this. This is more advanced level. So you guys, if you're upper intermediate, for example, you will know this construction. I should have taken this before I spoke with Mano. So I should have taken this. It should, so the correct message should be, I should have taken this. But my friend says, I should have took. Why is she doing this? This is grammatically incorrect. This is bad grammar, but this is informal English. And you will hear native speakers say this particular construction, this particular grammar construction in this way. Instead of saying, I should have done something, they say, I should have did something. Don't ask me why, it's just conversational English. Yeah, it's conversational English, but it is a mistake. Don't do it for like if you are writing a paper, a school paper, or a business email, or a business report, or anything like that. This is bad grammar, and this is only for conversational English. Yeah, so please don't do this. But you see, now we have talked with you about so many cool things, right? So many cool things of modern English. Now tell me, would you like to understand such things more? And would you like actually to speak like this? For example, I'm digging it, or it suits you, or using acronyms and abbreviations, or for example, understand why native speakers make grammar mistakes, and if it's okay if you repeat these mistakes or not. Would you like to speak modern English, and would you like to understand modern English? Tell me, let me know in the comments, please. Would you or would you not? Would you like to speak modern English? Okay, awesome. Sure. If you would like to speak modern English, here is something that you can do. If you would like to speak modern English, and if you had no problem understanding me right now, consider my modern English course, because modern English course, it's 30 days of daily practice with my video lessons, with my audio lessons, with the speaking tasks in every lesson, which means speaking tasks every day, and with the mentor support and mentor feedback. I will share the link to this course in the chat. And if you would like to improve your modern general English to an advanced level, this is a course to take. And only 3 days. I have 50%. I'm giving you a discount, which is like 50% off a discount if you use promo code back to school. Back to school, guys. Back to school. Yeah, because we are, people are going back to school these days, and that's what we want you to do. So yeah, if you want to improve modern English, to learn vocabulary and grammar that we have discussed right now, this is the course to take. However, I have more. Let's talk about business. Let's talk about business, real business talk, and real phrases for real business talk. Again, let me yeah, I'll let me just enlarge this a little bit. First of all, guys, if you want to sound more American and understand Americans, I highly recommend that you adopt the American mindset. And when I say adopt American mindset, I mean, it's not just learning vocabulary and grammar. It's about learning how people communicate, the culture of communication. For example, you probably know that small talk is a really important thing in American communication and American culture, and this is something that you need to master. So here is another tweet. You see, like I'm using another tweet to teach you English. This is an opinion about small talk, and this is what Sherry has to say. If you don't like small talk, it means you're not good at listening. The purpose of small talk is to test boundaries. Boundaries, it means level of your comfort, yeah? Your borders with other people. To test boundaries, slowly build trust, and pick up details to carefully broaden the conversation. So you see, if you think that small talk is like a stupid, unnecessary thing that we do, it's not. By the way, small talk, this is a conversation, a light conversation between people that just met, or before some other important activity. For example, at the beginning of the meeting, first you make small talk, and then you move to the topic of your discussion, right? So in American culture, small talk serves as a test to build trust between people, and to pick up on details what we can potentially talk about later. You see, also Sherry says that. Why should strangers offer you valuable information if you haven't demonstrated your ability to handle simple social tasks competently? Not being interested in small talk or finding it stupid makes you appear socially cynical and dismissive. Dismissive means you don't want to do something, I just dismiss this. Chances are the people you find boring or stupid probably find you awkward, charmless, or maybe self-absorbed. Now, you see, like, if you really understand the point here, you will get that small talk is actually for you to learn more about the person, so that you can build deeper connections and relationships. And this is during small talk, this is not the time when you talk about something important. This is the time when you talk about some light topics, some common topics, because you just want to learn more about the person, so that you know how to improve communication with them. Now, yeah, think about this. Do you like small talk? Are you good at making small talk? By the way, guys, in English, we don't say have small talk, we say make small talk, right? So yeah, are you good at making small talk? And if you're not good at making small talk, think about this. What can you do to become better at making small talk? And actually, I will tell you what you can do to become better at making small talk, but I will tell you this in about 10 minutes. So let's wait for my recommendations here. Now I would like to share with you another tweet from Josh. Josh works and lives in Silicon Valley, and he works with startups and other tech companies. And I really liked his tweet here, because his tweet shows another peculiarity, another characteristic of American business culture, yeah, of American business mindset. So this is what Josh says. He says, normalize telling people that they did a great job when they did. It sucks to work hard on something and then be told nothing. Meh, like meaning like nothing good. So what he really means here, he means that whenever at work, yeah, at the workplace, let's say you're a manager and your team has been working hard, but you don't praise them, you don't give them positive feedback, right? So normalize telling people that they did great when they did means make it normal that you tell people you did a good job when you really did a good job, right? Like praising them, to tell someone you did a good job, it means to praise. So that's another thing, for example, let me give an example of a Ukrainian culture, right? In Ukrainian culture, it's not really common as much as in American culture to praise your colleagues. For example, to tell, oh my God, you did a great job, good job. In Ukrainian culture of communication, we are more reserved about praising and about giving positive feedback. However, when we need to give negative feedback, we are totally fine. Like for example, when you did a bad job, I'm going to come to you and tell you like this was wrong, this is what needs to be done better. In American culture, it's different. In American culture, people deliver negative feedback or criticism in a very careful way. They never tell you in your face that you did something bad. They always beat about the bush, as there's an idiom, right? They beat about the bush, but they're never going to tell you directly in your face you made a mistake. Instead of saying you made a mistake, they will say something like, there is a problem with this presentation, what can we do to fix it? But actually the problem is I just made a mistake. Like if you are talking to a Ukrainian will tell you, you made a mistake in the presentation, fix it. In American English, if you say this phrase, like I said it right now, you're going to be considered a really, really poor communicator. In American English, you'd be better off saying, I think there is a mistake in the presentation. How can we fix it? Or what can we do to fix it? Like I'm never going to say you made a mistake or you fix it. So that's different. And that's another thing. Like you have to be prepared that if you work with an American team, you will hear them telling you you did a good job. And sometimes it feels, at the beginning, it feels a little bit weird and not natural, because you feel like, oh my God, so many compliments. What did I do? How did I deserve it? But at the same time, this is how they communicate. All right, so. And you can see that a lot of people here are agreeing with Josh, and they're using so many cool words here and phrases. Look at this. Have little to do with something, right? So like Andy says, much of the time results have little to do with the quality of the effort. Have little to do means have particular no connection. Yeah. Well, for example, when you say this has little to do with something, it has no connection with something, right? For example, you can say, my English progress has little to do with something, like it has no connection. My English progress has a lot to do. Instead of a little, you can say a lot. My English progress has a lot to do with the course that I have taken. Yeah. So like you can say, or has little to do with the course that I have taken. So this is like a cool phrase that you can change. Also, you can say turn out perfect, to be perfect in the end. And here, the final commenter, Esther, says, IKR is another acronym, which means I know, right? Yeah, it's another conversational way to say I know, right? Like to express her agreement with him, you can use this acronym for texting. Again, this is all for texting, you guys. Now you could already see how easy it is and how much fun it is to learn English from Twitter. So guys, follow me on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, or I'm pretty sure you are on Twitter, many people are on Twitter now, but like if you don't follow any English speakers, at least you can follow me. You can find a link to my Twitter in the chat. Um, or just find me as Anna underscore Gandrabura. And you can follow me, and you can technically see my tweets in English, and you can learn some expressions from my tweets as well. For example, this tweet, you could definitely learn there is a grammar expression here. The sooner professionals start adopting AI to their benefit and stop thinking of it as a threat, the faster their industry transforms. So this is a reminder for you how to use comparative construction. The sooner, the better. The sooner, the faster. The sooner, the bigger, or whatever. The bigger, the smaller, right? So this is a comparative construction that is that signals that you are advanced in English. So feel free to do that. Absolutely, I will be happy. Now I have a few more practical things for us here, and then we will be able to test how much you have learned during this webinar. All right, so here's an email. Again, when we talk about business communication, business emails, there are a few things to remember. So first of all, look at this. Hi, Anna. First of all, in modern business English, it's okay to use hi. It's even okay to use hey for your informal business communication, like with the colleague, right? Hi, Anna. Then you use, I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing great, guys. This is a cliche phrase that you must use at the beginning of your email. It's like, how are you in conversational English? You know, when you meet someone, you say hi, and the second thing you say, how are you? In business communication, in emails, this is exactly the same, but you don't say, how are you? Please don't say, how are you for emails. Say, hi, I hope you are doing great. Or I hope you're doing well, or I hope you are well. These are cliche phrases that mean how are you in emails. Next, my recipient tells me, let me reach out to partnerships contact and ask them who the appropriate person would be. Now, reach out, please write down these phrasal verbs, because these are phrasal verbs for emails and for business communication in general. To reach out means to contact. People don't say, let me contact someone. Don't say, I will contact you. Say, I will reach out to you. Please, I want you to speak modern business American English, modern American business English. I want you to speak like native speakers. So don't say, I will contact you. Say, I will reach out to you, or I will reach out to them. Don't say, I will tell you what I hear back. Say, I will let you know. So like in modern business English, people don't say, I will tell you. They say, I will let you know. People don't say, I will receive a response. People say, I will hear back. So right now in this email, guys, I am showing you, I'm giving you 3 most frequently used expressions that you need to start using in your daily business communication, to sound like a native speaker and to understand native speakers better. Reach out means contact. Hear back means receive a response. Let me know means tell you, or let me know, I will tell you, right? Bingo, simple as that. And also, I want you to notice the structure of this email. You see how nicely it is structured. There are paragraphs, and there is a line skipped between each paragraph. Don't jam your texts in together. Hi, Anna, skip the line. I hope you're doing well, skip the line. Your message, skip the line. Best, or best regards or regards, skip the line and your name. This way your email looks pretty and very professional. If you write everything together, like in one paragraph, not professional, not pretty. And finally, another message that I received in my work chat, you hopping on. So it was, we were having a Zoom meeting and I was a little bit late. It looked, from this webinar, it looks like I'm always late. No, I'm not. Well, you hopping on means, are you joining the call? And you see, it was a work chat. It's a informal way to ask a question without are you hopping on, which is possible for informal communication. And instead of saying joining the call, people say hopping on. To hop on, join the call. It's business English slang. Now, guys, the important question: do you really need to improve your English for business communication? Is If this is something that you need to do, this is the course I have for you. And again, remember, only 3 days, 50% off. English for IT communication will actually answer all the questions that you have about email writing. Like, for example, I see the question in the chat: is it okay to say sincerely, Inessa? Well, Inessa, I will answer your question, but for similar questions like this, you will be able to answer all of them about small talk, about how to give feedback, about emails, about chatting, about vocabulary and grammar for this, about polite English, and many more, about cross-cultural communication. You will all be able to learn from this course, or in this course. And yeah, saying sincerely is not really popular in everyday business communication. Sincerely is a very, very, very formal vocabulary for emails. You can say sincerely, but like very rarely people do it. You will use sincerely when you're writing an email to a person who you don't know. For example, you want to write an email to a deputy, to a senator. That's when you say sincerely. Or you want to write an email to a store manager where you write in a complaint and you don't know this person personally, and it's going to be a very formal email. In this way, you say sincerely. But if you're writing an email to me, for example, because we interacted with you in the course or something like that, I would not say sincerely. If you're writing an email to your customer, you know your customer, no sincerely. You're writing an email to your colleague, of course, no sincerely. So please consider this course if you want to upgrade your business communication skills, writing emails, chatting at work, giving and receiving feedback, making presentations, speaking in meetings, of course, how to speak and interact with meetings. And of course, if you want to improve your general communication skills, 3 days, guys, 50% off. Now, if you are a tech professional, if you work in tech, software engineer, HR manager, graphic designer, project manager, product manager, I highly recommend my English for Tech 2.0 course. Again, the 50% off, only 3 days. Now, this course is for tech professionals who want to upgrade their English for tech plus communication. You see, like previous course, like this course is only communication, like business communication. Now here we have business communication, but plus we have technical communication. In this course, you will upgrade your English to write bug reports, to describe stories, to communicate, like to write emails, but more on technical issues. You will also like learn how to communicate in meetings about like stand-ups, for example, how to answer questions that managers ask you during stand-ups. And of course, cross-cultural communication will be here as well. So if you want a course that is a combination of soft skills and tech skills, go for this one. If you want a course on soft skills only, I highly recommend this one. Yes. So, which course are you taking? Tell me, which course are you ready to take? General English, communication, or tech English? Effective communication or tech English. So what is your choice? Modern general English, effective communication, or tech English? What do you think? What do you feel you need to improve more? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, if you have any questions about the course that you have chosen, please feel free to ask me this question in my Telegram channel. You know, I have a Telegram channel, and I will be happy to answer your questions there. If you're not in my Telegram channel, I highly recommend that you join and ask me questions there, because the time of our webinar is running up, and I want to give you this test to see what you have learned during this webinar. So guys, if you have any questions about these 3 courses that I'm giving away with 50% off, only 3 days, please feel free to ask these questions in the in my Telegram channel. Yeah. By the way, I'm surprised why didn't you ask me which course is my favorite? I'm gonna answer this in my Telegram channel, guys. If you want to know which of these 3 courses is my favorite, please join the Telegram channel. I will tell you which and why. And then you can tell me which course is your favorite, technically. Yeah. Okay, let's do a recap now. Let's do a recap. 5 questions. Please write your answers in the chat and let's see what you have learned today. Let's see what you have learned today. So question 1. OTOH means, just write the answer. A, B, 1A, 1B, 1C. Question 2. The synonym of join an online event or call is jump in, reach out, hop on. 3, I really vibe, dig, dang your new desk. Where did you buy it? Okay, answer. Okay, ready? 3 more questions. Which email phrase is correct? I hope you're doing great. I hope you were doing great. I hope you're doing great. 5, the synonym of receive a response from someone is to look forward to someone, reach out to someone, hear back from someone. And finally, the last question. One of the purposes of small talk is to discuss private issues, slowly build trust, get connected on LinkedIn. Get connected on LinkedIn. By the way, guys, are you connected? Are we connected on LinkedIn or not? If you guys are here to improve your English for work, you definitely should have a working and professional LinkedIn profile. So if you're not on LinkedIn, excuse me, if you're not on LinkedIn, create your profile today, okay? And connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So let's see how many answers you got correct. Okay. Number 1, OTOH means on the other hand, 1B. Number 2, C. Correct one is C. Number 3, B. Number 4, A. Number 5, C. Number 6, B. How many did you get correct? Let's see. Do we have A students here? By the way, here's an idiom for you. Did you do this test with flying colors or not? Do you know what it means? To do with flying colors means perfectly with the flying colors. You can say, Anna, I did this test with flying colors. Amazing. If you did it with flying colors, I congratulate you. This is great. It means that you have been listening to me attentively and you have learned a lot from me. Now, tell me, please, guys, how many new words and expressions have you learned today in this webinar? If you were writing them down in your notebook, I'm curious to know how many new expressions, how many words you have learned. Drop your answers in the chat to see, because like I said, usually during the webinar, again, depending on your level, some people may write down 20 new words, some people write down 40 new words, some people have 5, which is great, because look, if you spend an hour and you learn 5 new words, it is better than if you learn 0 new words. So that is why I would like to thank you guys for coming to this webinar. I want to thank you, but also I want you to thank yourself. You know what we need to do more? We need to thank ourselves for doing things that make us better. Like today, you joined this webinar and this was an hour that made you better. You learned 1 word, you learned 2 words, you learned 11 words, 15 words, 29 words, 25 words, 15. This means a lot. So I want you to appreciate you, not me. Of course, you can thank me as well. I will really appreciate it. But I also want you to thank you for finding the time, for coming here, for staying till the end, for learning, for writing down, for answering questions, for interacting with each other. So this means a lot. And of course, guys, remember, 3 days, you can join one of my 3 courses with 50% off. Back to school. Let's, every time when September comes, I kind of feel that I want to learn something. This comes from our childhood. And to be honest, I didn't share with you, but I'm also going back to school. I'm taking a course in September that will help me improve my communication and coaching skills, so that I will be able to help you become better communicator. So I'm also growing with you. That is why I feel there is no better time than to start your new life, new learner's life, as right now, because September, like I said, is always like a motivation. I mean, it's not September now, but we are coming there. It's back to school, right? And so please pick the course that you want. If you have questions, reach out to me on Telegram. I'll be happy to chat with you and answer your questions. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know as well. In the meantime, I see so many thank you, Anna, so much messages. Thanks a lot. I love this. If you have any other feedback for me, or some comments about the webinar or the topic, like future topics, please let me know. I will be super happy to listen to you and to address your needs and to address your wishes. So let me know, and shout out to you. Yeah, shout out to me. Thank you so much. Shout out to me for this fascinating webinar, but also shout out to you for being such a wonderful crowd and for being so engaged. This helps a lot, being a speaker, when you're a speaker, to have such an engaging crowd. And guys, I'm looking forward to having you as part of English, having you as part of English for IT, and I'm looking forward to continuing teaching you. In the meantime, thanks everyone. This is a great, actually, kickstart of the week, right? It's only Monday, but I feel like we have already accomplished a lot. So let's keep this momentum going. Keep this is another phrase. This is the final phrase of this webinar for you before I say goodbye. Let's keep this momentum going means let's keep the same energy going through the whole week. Thanks everyone again, and let's keep this momentum going. Bye.